Okay, welcome to Python Challenges. This is difficulty level 5, and we will be using data structures today. Remember, we'll be building on everything that we've done so far. So we'll be using if statements, we'll be using user inputs, date types, and loops. Okay, remember to use the planning sheet because it'll support you throughout these tasks. One thing that you need to be using throughout a lot of these challenges now is this sort of planning sheet. You can find it on the link to the resources. This planning sheet just enables you to think through a program before you start to program it. So think about what are the requirements, a little couple of bullet points, what they do, what possible variables or constants do I need, and a little tick list. Do you need to use selection? Do you need to use some of these things in here? Now, some of them are not covered yet in these challenges, but that's what we need to think about. So have a think about this planning sheet so you're really clear on some of the challenges that you can use. Okay, so have a go converting this flowchart into some Python code. So work through it and think about the correct Python key commands that you need to use. So you can see here again, we've defined the array at the top. We've got all our variables defined at the array. I've got a user input with the correct data type, so an integer. I mean, with a new temperature, probably you could, if it's a whole number like it is here, it is an integer. If you wanted to do your points, remember to change that to a float. This here appends, so what that does is add the temperature to the array, so it'll add to the end of the array here. Now what it does, it loops through, and it's using an if statement, so we're using some selection. So this is our iteration here, the for loop, this is our selection. Each item in the array, so the first item it's going to grab is going to be 12, so you can say, is 12 less than 20? Yes, it is, so it's going to add cold 1. If it's not, it's going to add hot 1. And what it's going to do, it's going to go through it's going to iterate through every single element of the array to figure it out. And then here, it should then output how many cold and how many hot days there were. So you can see here I've run, so I've answered 54, and you can see from that there is 4 cold days and 5 hot days. So hopefully